There's been a rise in teenagers being filmed behaving badly, from riding e-scooters with no helmets to egging cars. So are small groups of kids making it harder for those who just want to get outside and play? Parenting expert Dr Di Wilcox is with us. Hello again, Di.
Hello, Mon.
Social media vigilantes are calling out kids' behaviour more and more these days. When are kids just being kids, and when has the line been crossed?
We want to see children on their bikes and scooters and playing with their friends, but where they cross the line is when they deliberately go and intimidate, scare or annoy the people around them. And it's really important that parents take the time to teach their children from a young age to have consideration and respect for those that they're sharing a space with.
We'll touch more on that in a moment.
Sure.
We love to reminisce about the freedoms that kids had in the 70s and 80s. How can parents rein it in while still giving them a ticket to explore?
Yeah, I think back in those times it's TV and video that brought kids more inside, and then stranger danger is something parents are so much more aware of and they want to protect their kids. But independent play is so important for our kids because it gives them the courage and the self-belief that they can face life's challenges. So how parents can do this is by setting some boundaries. Some of those boundaries might include, you can play in this safe child space within this area where I know you're going to be. I want you to play with a trusted friend. I have a curfew for you. I want you home at this time. Talk to your children about dealing with strangers. We don't want to scare them about everybody they meet, but we want them to understand the signs to look out for and how to manage meeting a stranger.
They're life skills.
Absolutely.
We often hear that there's a lack of discipline and a lack of consequence at home nowadays. So how does that affect children's behaviour?
So what parents need to understand is that without consequences, negative behaviours will either continue or they'll escalate. And consequences are part of our society to maintain that accountability and social order. So we need children to understand that when they do a good thing, there's good consequences. When they don't do a good thing, there's a bad consequence. Between the ages of 3 and 5, children start to understand that relationship between action and consequence. And we just need to make sure the consequences are age appropriate for the child.
And should it just be accepted that kids can get out of control?
Every child is going to have a moment where they have a big emotion that they can't deal with. What we need to do as parents, and it's one of the reasons I wrote the Magic Cope book, is to give parents and kids the vocab to understand when they're feeling a particular emotion and what simple and effective strategy can they use to manage that emotion without hurting themselves or another person. So when we teach our children to emotionally self-regulate, we don't need to accept that they're just going to be out of control.
Some great tips there, Di. Thank you very much for the chat. It's been good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.